When life is preparing you for something big, the journey won't always feel easy. Challenges, delays, and unexpected shifts aren't roadblocks. They are signs that something greater is coming. If you pay attention, you'll notice patterns: resistance before breakthroughs, isolation before elevation, and discomfort before transformation. The question is, are you ready to embrace them? When God gives you something big, you will see these signs. There's a pattern to greatness. It doesn't happen by chance, and it's never easy. When life is about to shift in a massive way, you will experience clear signs, not always the ones you expect, but always the ones you need. Every major breakthrough comes after intense resistance. Why? Because growth demands friction. Think about an athlete. Before they achieve peak performance, they endure the most grueling training sessions. If life feels harder than ever, if obstacles seem to come from every direction, don't retreat. Lean in. This resistance isn't here to break you. It's shaping you for something bigger. We tend to see closed doors as failures, but in reality, they are strategic moves. You weren't meant for that job, that opportunity, or that path, because something greater is waiting. The best opportunities don't come from chasing. They come from alignment. And sometimes you have to be forced out of the wrong place to land in the right one. Before elevation comes separation. It's not rejection, it's refinement. When you're being prepared for something big, not everyone can come with you. Relationships will shift, some people will misunderstand you, and you may feel lonely. But this is necessary. You need space to grow into the person capable of handling what's next. If you're feeling stretched, uncertain, or even overwhelmed, it means you're expanding. Growth isn't meant to be comfortable. Imagine a seed breaking through the soil. That process is painful, but it's also necessary. Every moment of discomfort is proof that you are moving toward your breakthrough in the middle of all the chaos. You'll have moments of undeniable clarity. You'll see glimpses of what's possible. You'll feel a deep sense of knowing, even if you can't explain it. That's alignment. That's confirmation. Don't ignore those moments. They are guiding you towards your purpose. If you're seeing these signs, don't doubt them. Don't resist them. Lean into them. Growth is uncomfortable, change is challenging, and breakthroughs don't come without a battle. But if you stay the course, if you embrace the journey, what's waiting for you on the other side will be bigger than anything you imagined. When life is preparing you for something big, the journey often feels uncertain, challenging, and even overwhelming. It's easy to mistake these moments for setbacks, but in reality, they are signs that something greater is coming. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, and transformation doesn't come without resistance. If you look closely, you will notice a pattern in the way life works. When you are about to step into something extraordinary, the signs will be there, but only if you choose to recognize them. One of the most common signs is resistance. Whenever a person is on the verge of a breakthrough, they will experience challenges that seem almost unbearable. It might be financial struggles, personal losses, professional setbacks, or unexpected obstacles. But resistance is not meant to stop you. It is meant to refine you. Just like a diamond is formed under pressure and gold is purified by fire, you are being strengthened through every challenge you face. The problem is that most people give up when they feel resistance. They see it as a sign that they are on the wrong path, when in reality, it is proof that they are moving in the right direction. Another sign that something big is coming is the closing of doors. Many people experience disappointment when opportunities they were counting on don't work out. They get rejected from a job they wanted, lose a business deal, or watch a relationship fall apart. But what if that closed door wasn't a failure but a redirection? When one door closes, it often means that something better is on the way. The challenge is trusting the process even when you don't understand it. If you knew what was waiting for you, you wouldn't fight so hard to hold on to things that are meant to be left behind. Isolation is another key sign that something big is on the horizon. When you are being elevated to a new level, not everyone can come with you. Friendships may fade. Certain relationships might become distant, and you might feel as if you're walking this path alone. But this period of separation is necessary. Growth requires space. Imagine a seed planted in the soil. It doesn't grow overnight, and it certainly doesn't grow in a crowded environment. It needs time, solitude, and the right conditions to break through the ground. In the same way, you need to go through a period of isolation to develop the strength, wisdom, and resilience required for the next chapter of your life. Another undeniable sign that you are stepping into something big is discomfort. You may feel like you're being stretched beyond your limits, like you're navigating unfamiliar territory, and like nothing is making sense. That discomfort is growth in disguise. Most people want transformation, but they don't want to experience the discomfort that comes with it. But think about any major achievement in life, whether it's building a career, developing a skill, or even going through a personal transformation. It all requires pushing beyond what feels comfortable. Growth isn't supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to challenge you, shape you, and force you to become the person you were meant to be amidst all this. There will be moments of clarity, times when you get small glimpses of what is possible. You might experience a deep inner knowing, a sense of direction, or unexpected confirmation that you are on the right path. These moments might be brief, but they are powerful. They serve as reminders that despite the chaos and uncertainty, you are exactly where you need to be. The key is to trust those moments, to hold on to them, and to let them guide you forward. If you are experiencing any of these signs, don't be discouraged. The road to something big is never easy, but every challenge, every closed door, every moment of discomfort is part of the process. The only question is, will you trust the journey? Will you embrace the signs and keep moving forward? Because on the other side of all this is something greater than you ever imagined. We tend to see closed doors as failures, but in reality, they are strategic moves guiding us to where we truly belong. Often when something doesn't work out the way we planned, we feel frustrated, disappointed, and even lost. But what if the rejection wasn't a setback, but a redirection? What if the door closing was the best thing that could have happened to you? Sometimes we chase things that are not meant for us. Jobs, relationships, opportunities, because we believe they are the answer to our success and happiness. But life has a way of leading us to the right path. Even when we resist, when a door closes, it is an invitation to reassess, to look beyond what we thought was the best for us, and to open our minds to new possibilities. The most successful people in the world have faced rejection. They have had doors slammed in their faces, opportunities taken away, and moments where they felt like giving up. But in hindsight, those rejections were blessings in disguise. They forced them to grow, to pivot, and to pursue paths they might have never considered otherwise. It is only when we embrace these closed doors as part of the process that we begin to understand their true purpose. The right opportunities don't require you to force them. They align naturally, and when the time is right, they happen effortlessly. It doesn't mean you won't have to work hard, but it does mean that when something is truly meant for you, the pieces will fall into place in ways you could not have planned yourself. If you find yourself constantly struggling, pushing, and trying to force something to work, it may be a sign that it is not your path. Instead of seeing a closed door as a failure, see it as life's way of saying, not this way. There's something better for you alongside closed doors. Isolation is another sign that something big is coming. Before elevation comes separation. It is not rejection. It is refinement. When you are growing, evolving, and stepping into a new season of your life, not everyone can come with you. You will notice that certain relationships change, some friendships fade, and you might feel like you are walking a lonely path. But this period of isolation is necessary. It is in solitude that you develop the clarity, strength, and resilience needed for the next chapter of your life. Many people struggle with this phase because they mistake isolation for loneliness. But there is a difference. Loneliness is a feeling of emptiness, while isolation during growth is a period of transformation. Think about a caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly. It doesn't transform in the open, surrounded by distraction. It cocoons itself, separating from the world, undergoing a process that is difficult, even painful, before emerging as something completely new. The same happens in our lives. Growth requires space. It requires letting go of what no longer serves you, even if that means walking alone for a while. Some people will not understand your journey, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to see your vision or support your growth. Some relationships are seasonal, meant to be part of your past, not your future. The hardest part is accepting that you cannot bring everyone with you, but in doing so, you make room for the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences that align with where you are going. When life is preparing you for something greater, you will often find yourself in a season of resistance, closed doors, and isolation. These moments are not punishments or random struggles. They are part of a larger plan designed to shape you into the person you need to become. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, and transformation doesn't occur without challenges. The signs are always there, but they don't always look the way we expect. It's easy to feel frustrated, lost, or even abandoned when things don't go our way, but in reality, these are signals that something greater is on the horizon. Resistance is one of the clearest signs that a breakthrough is near. Whenever you are about to step into a new level of success, purpose, or opportunity, life will test you. You may face difficulties in areas that once felt easy, or experience unexpected struggles in your career, relationships, or personal growth. This is not a sign to give up. It is a sign to push forward. Resistance builds strength. Just like a muscle grows when it is challenged, you grow when you are put under pressure. Every successful person has faced immense resistance before achieving their biggest breakthroughs. It's the final test before you step into something bigger. But most people see resistance and assume they are on the wrong path. They think that if something is meant for them, it should be easy. That's not true. The most meaningful accomplishments in life come from overcoming adversity, not avoiding it at the same time. You will notice that doors start closing. Things you once depended on may no longer be available. Opportunities you were excited about may slip away. People you thought would be part of your future may suddenly leave. It's painful, but it's necessary. Closed doors are not failures, they are redirections. Life removes things that no longer serve you so that you have the space to receive something better. The problem is we often fight to keep doors open that were meant to be shut. We try to hold on to relationships, jobs, or opportunities that have already served their purpose. But when a door closes, it's not the end. It's a sign that there's something greater waiting. Instead of resisting, learn to trust. What is meant for you will never require you to beg, chase, or force it to stay. The right opportunities will align naturally when you are ready. During this process, isolation often becomes a reality. Growth is lonely. Not because you are being punished, but because elevation requires separation. When you are evolving, not everyone will understand your journey. Some friendships will fade. Certain relationships will no longer feel aligned. And you may find yourself spending more time alone. This can feel discouraging, but it is a crucial part of the process. Just like a seed needs to be buried in darkness before it can grow, you sometimes need solitude to develop the strength, clarity, and vision required for your next chapter. The people who are meant to be in your life will stay, and the ones who leave were not meant for where you are going. In these moments, it's easy to feel frustrated, confused, or even abandoned. But if you step back and look at the bigger picture, you'll realize that everything is happening for a reason. Resistance is strengthening you. Closed doors are redirecting you. Isolation is refining you. The question is not whether life is working in your favor. It always is. The real question is whether you will trust the process and embrace these signs instead of resisting them. Because on the other side of all this is something far greater than you ever imagined. When life is preparing you for something great, you will experience resistance, closed doors, isolation, and discomfort. These moments are not coincidences, nor are they signs that you are on the wrong path. They are indications that you are stepping into something bigger than what you have known before. However, most people misinterpret these signs. They see resistance as a reason to stop, closed doors as failures, isolation as loneliness, and discomfort as a sign that they should turn back. But in reality, these are the very signals that life is stretching you, preparing you, and shaping you into the person you need to become. Resistance is often the first and most noticeable sign. When you are about to experience a breakthrough, life will test your strength, patience, and resilience. You may face unexpected challenges in your career, relationships, or personal development. It may feel like everything is working against you, but this is not a reason to quit. Resistance is necessary because it forces you to grow. Just like a muscle becomes stronger when it is pushed beyond its limits, you grow when you are challenged. The most successful people in history have faced enormous obstacles before their biggest achievements. They did not succeed because things were easy. They succeeded because they refused to give up when things became difficult. When you feel resistance, it means you are moving forward. It means you are breaking through old patterns, stepping out of your comfort zone, and preparing for something greater as you push forward. You will notice that certain doors begin to close. Opportunities that seem promising may suddenly disappear. Plans that you carefully built may fall apart. It is easy to feel frustrated when this happens, but it is important to remember that not every door is meant to stay open. Sometimes life closes doors because they are no longer serving your highest good. You may not understand it in the moment, but later you will look back and realize that those closed doors were actually protecting you from settling for less than what you deserved. The right opportunities will not require you to force them. They will come naturally when you are truly ready for them. Instead of mourning the doors that close, focus on preparing yourself for the ones that will open during this process. Isolation often becomes a reality. Growth is lonely because not everyone is meant to go where you are going. As you evolve, your circle will change. Some friendships will naturally fade, and certain relationships will no longer feel aligned. It is easy to feel lonely in these moments, but isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. Just like a seed is buried in the ground before it grows into something strong and beautiful, you may need a period of solitude to develop the wisdom, strength, and clarity necessary for your next chapter. Use this time wisely. Instead of focusing on who has left, focus on becoming the person you need to be for what is coming next. The right people will enter your life at the right time, and the ones who leave are making space for something better. All of this, the resistance, the closed doors, and the isolation will inevitably lead to discomfort. Growth is uncomfortable because it forces you to change. It pushes you beyond what is familiar and requires you to step into the unknown. Many people resist discomfort because they equate it with pain. But discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are evolving. Think about a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, 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 cocoon, from its 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 cocoon. The process is uncomfortable, even painful, but it is necessary for transformation. If you are feeling stretched, uncertain, or overwhelmed, it is not a sign to stop. It is proof that you are expanding. If you are experiencing any of these signs, do not run from them. embrace the, 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 embrace them. Trust that they are guiding you to something far greater than you can currently see. Growth is not easy, but it is always worth it. What is waiting for you on the other side of this process is bigger, better, and more fulfilling than anything you have left behind. The only question is, will you trust the journey in the middle of the chaos, challenges, and uncertainty? Something powerful begins to happen. You start to experience unexplainable moments of clarity, moments that feel like sudden flashes of understanding, deep inner knowing, or unexpected confirmation that you are exactly where. Instead, they serve as a reminder that there is meaning behind the struggle, that the pain has a purpose, and that you are being prepared for something much bigger. They offer you a glimpse of the future you are working toward, a vision of who you can become if you keep going. And sometimes that small glimpse is all you need to stay motivated when everything else feels heavy. One of the most important things you can do during these moments is to act on them. When clarity strikes, don't ignore it. Don't wait for perfect conditions or further validation. Trust what you feel in that moment and move in that direction. Many people miss their breakthrough because they overthink or wait too long to respond to the signs they are being given. But clarity fades if you don't take action. The purpose of these moments is to pull you out of doubt, to remind you of who you are, and to give you the courage to keep moving. Even when the path is uncertain, if you are experiencing these unexplainable moments of clarity, understand that they are not random. They are a direct result of your growth, your struggles, and your willingness to keep showing up despite everything. Life is trying to show you that the discomfort, the losses, and the isolation are leading somewhere meaningful. It is giving you previews of the person you are becoming and the life that is waiting for you on the other side of your challenges. The real question is, will you listen? Will you trust those moments and let them guide you? Because if you do, you will discover that these brief flashes of clarity are actually the most powerful signs that something big is about to unfold in your life. They are proof that everything you are going through is not in vain. They are signals that you are on the edge of a breakthrough, and the only thing left to do is to trust the process and keep moving forward. When life is preparing you for something big, it doesn't just test you with resistance, closed doors, isolation, discomfort, and moments of clarity. It also sends people into your life, some as lessons, some as blessings, and others as challenges that will shape you. The people you meet during this phase are not random. Every encounter, every relationship, and every conversation serves a purpose in your journey. However, most people fail to recognize these connections for what they truly are. Instead, they focus on the temporary emotions these interactions bring, whether good or bad, without understanding their deeper significance. If you pay attention, you will begin to see that every person who enters your life during this season is playing a role in your transformation. Some people come into your life to challenge you. These individuals may test your patience, question your dreams, or even try to discourage you. At first, it may seem like they are obstacles standing in your way, but in reality, they are mirrors showing you the areas where you need to grow. They reveal your insecurities, highlight your weaknesses, and force you to strengthen your confidence. These people may frustrate you, but they serve an important purpose. Without resistance, you would never develop resilience. Without doubters, you would never learn to believe in yourself despite external opinions. The very people who challenge you the most may be the ones who push you to prove yourself and step fully into your purpose. Then there are the people who come as lessons. They may not stay in your life forever, but their presence leaves a lasting impact. These could be mentors who offer you wisdom, friends who teach you about loyalty and betrayal, or even strangers whose words change your perspective in an instant. Some of these lessons are painful, but they are necessary. They teach you about trust, about boundaries, about self-worth. They help you understand what you want and what you will no longer tolerate. The mistake many people make is holding on to these individuals longer than they should. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life permanently. Some people are simply passing through to teach you something before moving on. The key is to recognize the lesson, appreciate it, and then let go when it is time. And then there are the people who come as blessings. These are the individuals who support you, encourage you, and believe in you even when you doubt yourself. They may be longtime friends, family members, or even new connections that feel like they were placed in your life at the perfect moment. These people remind you that you are not alone. They offer you guidance, help you stay focused, and inspire you to keep going. Blessings don't always come in obvious forms. Sometimes the people who help you the most are not the ones who praise you, but the ones who challenge you to be better. Sometimes the greatest blessing is meeting someone who refuses to let you settle for less than your potential. The people you encounter during this phase of your life are part of a larger plan. They are there to shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for what is coming next. But in order to fully benefit from these interactions, you must be willing to see beyond the surface. Instead of being frustrated by those who challenge you, ask yourself what they are teaching you. Instead of holding on to those who are meant to leave, accept that their role in your journey is complete. Instead of overlooking the people who support you, appreciate them and invest in those relationships. If you are noticing significant shifts in the people around you, friends leaving, new connections forming, unexpected challenges in relationships, understand that this is not random. It is a sign that you are stepping into a new season, and the people who are meant to be part of your future will align with your growth. Those who are not meant to come with you will naturally drift away. Do not resist these changes. Trust that every person you meet is playing a role in your transformation, whether as a challenge, a lesson, or a blessing. The only question is, will you recognize them for what they are and allow them to help you grow when life is preparing you for something big? It doesn't just shape you through resistance, closed doors, isolation, discomfort, moments of clarity, and the people you meet. It also forces you to develop patience. Patience is one of the hardest lessons to learn, yet it is one of the most important qualities you will need when stepping into something greater. Many people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources, but because they give up too soon. They mistake waiting for inaction, and they confuse delays with denial. However, every great transformation requires time, and the ability to endure the waiting period is what separates those who succeed from those who never reach their full potential. Patience is not about sitting still and doing nothing. It is about trusting the process even when there is no visible progress. It is about believing that what you are working toward is worth the wait. Most people want immediate results. They want to see their efforts pay off instantly, and when they don't, they begin to doubt whether they are on the right path. But just because something is not happening as quickly as you want does not mean it is not happening at all. Growth happens beneath the surface long before it becomes visible. A seed does not sprout the moment it is planted. It spends time underground, developing roots, strengthening its foundation before it breaks through the soil. The same is true for you. The waiting period is not a punishment. It is preparation. During this time, life will test your patience in different ways. You will feel like things are taking longer than expected. You will see others progressing faster than you, and you may question whether you are doing something wrong. This is where many people give up. They assume that if something were truly meant for them, it would have happened by now. But what they fail to realize is that the delay is often a sign that something even bigger is being prepared for them. Some doors take longer to open because they lead to something far greater than what you initially expected. If you receive something too soon, before you are truly ready for it, you may not be able to handle it properly. That is why patience is required. One of the biggest challenges of patience is dealing with uncertainty. When you don't have all the answers, when you can't see how things will unfold, it is easy to feel restless and anxious. But this is where faith comes in. Trust that every moment of waiting is working in your favor. The skills you develop, the lessons you learn, and the strength you build during this period are all preparing you for what's coming next. The universe is never late, and when the timing is right, everything will fall into place effortlessly. Another important part of patience is learning to enjoy the process. Most people spend so much time focusing on the end goal that they forget to appreciate the journey. They rush through life, constantly waiting for the next big moment, never realizing that the journey itself is where the true growth happens. When you embrace patience, you begin to find meaning in the small moments. You start to see how every challenge, every delay, and every lesson is shaping you into the person you need to become. Instead of fighting against the waiting period, you learn to use it wisely, growing, learning, and becoming better every single day. If you are feeling impatient right now, if you are wondering when things will finally fall into place, take a step back and trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. The delay is not a denial. The waiting period is not wasted time. It is preparation for something far greater than you can currently see. What is meant for you will come, not a moment too soon or too late, but at exactly the right time. The question is, will you have the patience to endure the process and trust that when the time is right, everything will align perfectly?